What's good, everyone? It's your boy Salos, and let me tell you something, okay? If you guys have been around here for a while now, then you know that at the end of every project, technically the Radical Red playthrough hasn't come to an end, but we have just ended two major series on the channel. We just ended our whole Regulation G, which was our preparation for the MobileCon tournament, which I'll touch on in a little bit. We'll get into that. And Radical Red is coming to an end very quickly. So, if you guys know anything about this channel, if you guys are new here, hello. If this is your first time hearing my voice, this for the first time, then hello. My name is Salos. We do a lot of talking around here. Radical Red was kind of the anomaly. I did that because Radical Red was strictly my work game. Don't tell my boss that. But yeah, that's the game I played at work, which is why there was no commentary. But typically, about 90% of my videos have my beautiful voice in it, whether you like it or not. You just gotta deal with it. That's what we do around here. But yeah, but basically at the end of every project, we haul back the brakes, we re-adjourn, we lay out a roadmap to let you guys know what's changed, what's happened, and I probably should make a whole update video playlist, shouldn't I? Editor sales, get on that. But yes, there should be a if you guys really want to know the whole landscape and you want to know all of the channel lore, I guess, then yeah, there should be a playlist in the description. Editor sales should have put it in the description, or it should be, if it was very good, it should be in the top right corner right here, right now. But if it's not, then just go in the description. You can see a whole playlist on all the plans we've had, all discussion videos. But basically what a discussion video is, first off, don't pay attention to the video. That is just here so there is video to post, if that makes any sense. But all I'm gonna do is just kind of let you guys know what the plans are gonna be for the summer, what I have planned in terms of project, what's update my personal life, and pretty much just anything that affects the channel. And at this point, a lot's happening in the personal life, so I'm pretty much putting all my cards on the table right here. If you guys know me in person, you know I'm an open book. All you have to do is ask. If you don't ask, I'm not just gonna openly tell you. But being that you guys are that it is going to affect the channel in some pretty severe ways, I feel like I should be open and honest with you guys, and that's just my personal code. So there should be timestamps. You guys want to skip around the video of what's relevant, what's important to you. There should be everything, pretty much anything that's important to the channel should be time coded and listed out in the. There should be like sections and chapters, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can skip around the video if you want. That makes it easier to see what you want to know. If you want to know about Radical Red, you want to know about Monster Hunter Wilds, because yeah, that came out of nowhere. If you want to know about anything that is in the forecast, then all the sections are in there. You can see everything we're going to talk about today. So just go to the time section that's relevant for you, or you can just listen to the whole thing, which I do highly recommend because everything is connected on this channel. If like, for example, if you're wondering, which I'm not picking on my Monster Hunter fans because you guys are way too good to me. If you want to know why Monster Hunter isn't in the background, then if you don't listen to the Pokemon section, it's not going to make much sense when you skip to the Monster Hunter section and then you say, well, you said you're going to do this, but I don't understand why you're not doing it. You said you're going to do it. Well, do you listen to the Pokemon section? See where I'm going with this? Everything is kind of connected, but yeah. If you guys, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to watch the video, but skip around. I'm going to try to make sure to section off as best as possible to fill as many gaps as I can. But yeah, this is going to be a more podcasty video where you just kind of listen to it. So you can't watch the video. What's on the screen is pretty much the live stream that I had on Saturday, which was my road to Master Ball tier. You guys probably saw the reel and the super compressed version of it, but this is just the long feed format, just so I have enough time to talk about everything. But pretty much, if you want to watch the battles, then feel free. You can see how all the battles played out. Well, not all of them, because it was a 2-hour live stream. But you can pretty much just watch the battles if you want to listen, or you can just turn the video off, and then just have it play in the background. Go do your chores, go do some homework if you're in summer school. You can clean the house, do your workouts, do your weightlifting training, whatever you guys do in your daily life, then just turn this on in the background and just kind of vibe out with me for a little bit. So that was a long introduction, but let's finally get into the meat and potatoes of the video, shall we? So if you guys know, then Yes, I have been on vacation for the past week, and let me say that was a much needed vacation because, yeah, Americans don't like to take vacation for some reason. Yeah, so I'm a very big. Even I have to push with some of my coworkers. They're like, well, maybe I'll take some of my vacation to just kind of like they use their vacation kind of like just if they don't want to come to work. Like, "Oh, I didn't feel like getting out of bed today. I used to have some vacation time." I'm like, no, don't. That's like so inefficient. Use your vacation to take a vacation because just because you didn't feel like getting out of bed, you still got to go to work the next day. No, take that entire week off, and it will give you such a fresh mindset. If anyone in America is listening to this, and you work in an any capacity, give yourself that vacation. Take the vacation because even if you don't go anywhere, even if you just stay in your town, just that mental reset to do what you like to do. For me, that's YouTube. For me, that's hanging out with friends. For me, sometimes that's just laying in bed all day because I'm an introvert. But it doesn't matter, even if you're not going anywhere, which I do recommend. Please, to my fellow introverts, don't take that as I get to sit in bed. No, push yourself. Go somewhere. Don't just sit in bed all day because making those connections, going out and meeting people. Humans are very socially intertwined, and humans are social creatures. So and the definition of an introvert isn't that I'm shy, or I don't like to talk to people, or I'm this, I'm that. The definition of an introvert is you get your energy from being alone. That's all that means. It has nothing to do with people being shy. My mom is an introvert, and if you ever meet my mom, she's probably one of the most loud and boisterous and social people you ever meet. But after 2 hours, she's ready to go home because her battery is spent. And extroverts, they're the exact opposite. All that means is they get their energy from being around people. They love the hustle and bustle. They love being in the action, being in the limelight. But that doesn't necessarily mean they like to talk to people. I know extroverts that are very shy. Extroverts that don't really want to be in the spotlight. They just like being in those high energy environments because that energizes them. That is all that means, people. It doesn't mean that because you're an introvert, you have to be shy. It doesn't mean that you're an introvert, you don't want to go anywhere. That's not what that means. I'm sorry. I just get kind of passionate about this type of stuff because I'm an introvert. People say that I'm like an ambivert. I'm like, no, I am not an ambivert. I very much do not like being in the limelight, and it is very exhausting. After 2 hours, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna find a bathroom and just chill in the stall because I need to recharge. Okay, that is me. But all that to say, to my fellow introverts, go out, go somewhere. Even if you're in another town, I know it's like baby steps. Just take a flight. Pick the cheapest flight to anywhere. And even if you're just chilling in the hotel in a different town, it's still you're in a new environment. Maybe you can go get lunch maybe if you go to Chicago, you can go to have legitimate Chicago deep dish pizza. If you don't live in Chicago, that's a new environment, or a takeout. Go back to your room. Look, I'm not telling you how to live your life, okay? I'm just saying that you get the most exposure and you get so much more when you actually get to see what the world has to offer. And I know people say go out the country and see what the world is, but honestly, if you live in America, start in the States because America is bigger than some continents. Well, not continent. America, I don't know. Okay, let me not out myself how bad I am with geography. But America is a pretty big country. That's all I'm trying to say. America is pretty freaking huge in comparison to other countries. They're probably I can guarantee you, most Americans have not visited all 50 states, but Americans love to go to other places. So that's all I'm saying is that in terms of countries, we're pretty freaking big. You can do a lot in America. So start with America if you don't want to go overseas, or maybe you do want to go overseas. But just start somewhere. That's all I'm getting with that. But I've gotten so off track. But hey, it's a discussion video. This is we're just vibing. We're just hanging out. But let me get into what we're actually supposed to talk about, shall we? So yeah. On my vacation, I didn't go anywhere, but MomoCon did happen, which is what we're preparing for on the Pokemon series, which was basically just, it was not a super serious tournament, all things serious. There was a trophy. I got very close to winning the trophy. I'm kind of mad because I lost a disconnect, and that was very, very, what's the word? anticlimactic. Yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. Is that because it went down to game 3. I had taken out 2 of his most important Pokemon, but he wasn't out of the game just yet because he has karate in the back, so he could have very easily took it around. There was a lot of game left, and then the disconnect was on my side, so he had the right to claim the W if he wanted the W, which he did. But it is what it is. How the cookie crumbles sometimes. Scar Nirvana moment. That's all I can really say. But it was pretty much just, like I said, it was a great time. It was a great opportunity for me to just kind of just unwind and not think about work for a little bit, because my work has just been all over the place. We'll get into that. But also, I had to be a little bit transparent because, like I said, my personal life has picked up quite a bit, and that has been one of the biggest reasons why you guys have seen why Monster Hunters could kind of fade in the background, and why certain projects just seemingly just haven't seemed to happen. And I can say this now, I had to keep it under wraps because for a while now, my family didn't want all this information being out there, but they're starting to tell their friends now. They've made posts on social media and all that stuff, so I can't talk about it. But probably we'll start with the positive ones. That my sister is pregnant, so I'm going to be an uncle. So it's been a lot of preparing and helping her and supporting what she needs, because when the baby gets here, we know she's very worried about her work, because she is a up and coming CEO of Chick-fil-A. I tell her that all the time, but she don't want to believe me. But yeah, she has taken on a lot of responsibilities and a lot of projects. She's just very worried about how it's all going to work out, how she's going to go about taking time off, how she's going to take care of her kids. So I'm pretty sure I want to step in and help my sister however I can, because unlike most brothers and sisters, which I'm just so thankful for my family, you guys, but we have a very healthy relationship. There are some days when my sister talk on the phone for literal hours about just catching up with life, just talking about how the world's going, just talking about how we grew up, how we have parents that we both love, talking to just being friends, like just sitting there talking on the phone, like you would think that we were brother and sister. Sometimes when we're in public, people think that we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and before we started dating, we just kind of rode with that because, yeah, my sister didn't really like people creeping on her, but yeah. And then we'd all make the joke afterwards, like, sweet home Alabama. But yeah, I love my brother-in-law. He's a great guy. I'm glad that she has him. But getting back on topic, that, yeah, so that's kind of taken up a little bit of time, is that I just want to be more supportive on her on that front, and I just want to be open with her, and I just want to be there. And sometimes I got to put on my big boy pants. There's stuff that I want to do, but my sister has been very good to me over the years, and I just want to repay her and just be for her in her time of need. So that's why some things have kind of fallen off, because there have been things that she wants me to come over. She wants, like yesterday, for example, she wanted me to come over and help make calls for the family. So she was calling my mom's side of the family. I was calling her dad's side of the family. Of course, she was still in the rooms because they wanted to talk to her and tell her congratulations. But just little stuff like that, just however I can help, whether it's cooking dinner for her some days, whether it's just getting takeout for her, or if she just wants me to do some grocery shopping. Whatever she really needs is all I'm saying. So that, in that sense, and she does have her brother-in-law who can help out with that stuff too, because he is super involved. He wants to know every little detail, and if you want to know anything about my sister, you gotta go through him first, which like I said, he's great. I love my brother-in-law. But also, on the same day, mind you, the same day my sister found out she was pregnant, I also found out that my mom got diagnosed with cancer. Luckily, it's it's stage 0. It's very minor, and the message across all of everything is that this is very treatable. They've already had the surgery right now, and it's been pretty much all removed. But now they're just doing the aftercare process, which is going to be over the span of 5 years. She's going to have to do like radiation treatment for maybe about 15-20 minutes a day. So there might be some days where I have to go take her downtown to the hospital to have her treatment and then go about her business. There's going to be some other stuff she's got to do. I don't know all the fine details, but all I know is that there are things that she used to be able to do that she just can't do anymore because it's too physically taxing because of the surgery and everything. So she's very much trying to keep it together. She doesn't want to invade on our privacy, and she doesn't want to take away from what what we have going on in our own personal lives, but at the same time, we know she needs help. So I just want to step up that's a cycle that your parents take care of you when you're little, when you don't know anything about the world, when you literally cannot fend for yourself, and then you grow up, you become more mature, you become stable, you move out, you become a responsible adult, and then the time comes where you pay the favor. Your parents become a little more fragile. They can't do everything that they used to be able to do when they were kids, and now it's your turn to take care of them when they can't take care of themselves. Luckily, my parents aren't in that position just yet. They're still very capable. They're still working full-time jobs. They're still driving everywhere. They can still do pretty much everything on their own. But they are getting older, and I am very aware of that. So I just want to be there and support them however I can. So that's all that's about, is that is why things have kind of taken a back pedal, because I have my priorities in line. My family always comes first. My family and my friends are always my top priority. That I take care of people that look out for me. That you look out for me, I look out for you. That's just how I operate. So all these people in my life have done so much for me, and I just want to repay the favor and repay them, because honestly, if you try to go in this world by yourself, you will fail. You cannot make it in life by yourself. So I just value the connections I have. I value the friendships that I've made, and I always try to help people the same way they help me. And sometimes I just help people and I don't get a reward, and that's okay. Sometimes you just do things because it's the right thing to do, and there's nothing more to it than you do something that's good because it's the correct thing to do. It's the right thing to do. You helped someone, and you don't always need a reward out of it. So, not trying to get philosophical on you guys, but I know this is what we're talking about, Pokemon and Monster Hunter of all things. But overall, yeah, I'm just being very, very candid and very transparent that things in life are taking off, and I need to step up and help out the best I can. So the channel on YouTube is just a hobby for me. I'm not trying to get a career out of this. I'm actually going into that as well. But yeah, it's literally just something I do for fun. So when things that are important to me take a higher priority, I'm going to prioritize the things that actually matter. Not to say that this channel doesn't matter. Not saying that you guys don't matter. All I'm saying is that my passions are literally just that. They're just passions. But if you guys ever want to talk to me, you guys can comment on literally any video you watch. It doesn't matter if it's a video from 20 years ago, because yes, I do have videos on this channel from 20 years ago. Well, not 20 years ago. Like, I'm bad at math. My first video upload was 2007. You can literally go back and comment on that 2007 video, and I will respond, because I don't get a super influx of comments. So I see every comment that you post, no matter when it was. So if you ever want to talk to me, just comment on any video. I will respond. If you want to reach out to me on social media, all my social media links will be in the description. You can follow me there. Always feel free to shoot me a DM. Just because I'm not posting, all I'm saying is that just because I'm not posting videos doesn't mean I'm gone. It doesn't mean you can't talk to me. Just because I don't post videos doesn't mean I'm not on the internet, okay? I'm always on the internet, okay? So if you ever want to talk to me, if you ever want to connect, then the door's always open. You can always just talk to me about anything. So that's all that is with that. But if all that wasn't enough, then there also is the other elephant in the room that I did mention a while ago in one of my Pokemon videos, that I had a trip to Indianapolis, and that was just a very interesting trip, because my parents have always been kind of at odds with me with playing games and YouTube and everything, because ultimately, all a parent wants to do is see their kid succeed. And I know that I can be doing more. I know that I'm not at my full potential just yet, and they're really trying to help me tap into my fullest potential. So they've always said that they want to shift their roles, and they say that their friends are guilty of this as well. That parents kind of don't really shift the mindset of being a parent to a mentor. Because after the age of 18, you can do whatever you want. Your child can do whatever you can. They don't have to listen to their parents. They're not your guardian anymore. You're a legal adult. That's why you're going to go to college. They consult the student first before they consult the parent, because you're the adult. You're the one that you're the customer, not the parent. So they're going to consult you, the adult. So that's all they say, that parents have a hard time shifting that mentality. And that's what they're really just trying to do with me. They're saying, we're not going to tell you how to live your life. We're not going to tell you can't do this, you can't do that. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. But we are going to tell you what we think is best for you and what you need to do to get to where you want to go. So we had a very open conversation. They didn't, before they even brought up games or YouTube or anything, they just asked, what do you want in life? What do you want for yourself? Where do you want to go? Because you need to answer that for yourself. You need to answer for yourself, what is your worth? What do you want to provide to this world? And where do you want to go? And we had a very open conversation. I told them my goals, and they said, yeah, I agree. That is where you need to be. But there are things that we need to see out of you that we know you have the potential in you. We're going to help you bring it out. And we're going to help you. It's going to be tough. You got to lock in. You got to do a lot of things you probably don't want to do. But we want to help you get there. But if you want us, you have to allow us to help you. So it was a conversation. I heard their points. I made my statements. I made their claims and told them about YouTube. They watched some of my videos. It was a very nice conversation. It was very respectful. We handled it like mature adults would, or how mature adults should. So I probably walked away with that conversation that they have a better understanding on how I view things. They have a better understanding how I view YouTube. They have a better understanding how I view video games as a whole. And I understand their views, that they're in it with me, that they're my biggest advocates. They want to see me succeed, and they're just here to help. That's all they are. They're just here to help me. So I'm just very thankful that I have parents like that, because not going to bring up any names or talk about anyone, but I got to meet a lot of people at MomoCon. I got to talk to a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of people for the first time, a lot of online friends, and I feel like once you meet people for the first time in person, that it's really an eye-opener, because you really don't understand the walk of life you have until you see other people's walks of life. And ultimately, just the things that some of my friends have went through, some of the things that people at the con goers have went through, the relationship with their families, with their brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts, that there are some that I could have been born to some very rough environments, and I've always been aware of that. But just hearing it and seeing how they're still struggling with it to this day, I'm just so thankful that I have a healthy relationship. I love both my parents. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my sister. And I'm just so thankful that I have that relationship with them, and I never want to take that for granted. So all that's to say is that I understand they're on my side. It comes that my friends, when they look from the outside looking in, they're like, ooh, your parents are rough, dude. Like, isn't that a little invasive on how they just look at everything you do and they criticize all your movements? But at the end of the day, it's from a place of love, and I do appreciate that. And like I said, I do know it could be a lot worse. So it really just makes you appreciate what you have. So overall, we're about 20 minutes in this video. I haven't talked about a single thing about this channel, but I really want to take the groundwork, because this is just stuff that I don't really like to talk about my personal life. I'm a very private person, but again, it does impact the channel. All these things that I've talked about for the past 20 minutes will impact the channel, because I'm doing these things instead of making YouTube videos. So my quality in my work will decrease because of this. My video output will decrease because of this. My time playing Monster Hunter will decrease because of this. My time playing Pokemon will decrease because of this, because my priorities and my focuses are going elsewhere. So I just want to make that perfectly clear, that I'm not gone, I'm not dead, I haven't forgot about anything, and I do want to do all these things, that they're still on the plate, and there is a plan for it. So the groundwork needed to be laid, that all cards on the table, putting everything out there, this is where I am, and this is where I mentally am. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm pretty sure you guys will understand. I'm pretty sure even if I told you guys, look, I got some IRL stuff to take care of, channel's gonna be a little dead for a moment, I'll be back whenever I can be back. I could have left it at that, but that's just the type of person I am. I like to go into detail. I like to explain everything on why things are the way they are, because I'm very much like that. If something doesn't make sense to me, I will drill you to the ends of the earth about, well, that doesn't make sense. Why does it have to be this way? Why can't we do it this way? Why can't we do it that way? Why can't it be this? Why can't it be that? Why? And sometimes they're like, Salos, just stop talking. Just listen to me. So I didn't have to, but yeah, that's the whole unfiltered truth on everything going on. So yeah, I think with all that being said, I can finally get into everything that's the update's supposed to be about, right? So now that the post-nut clarity talk is out of the way and the philosophical stuff's out the way, let's talk about some video games, right? So, Vacation wasn't all philosophical and all enlightenment. I did do some enjoyment over it. I actually did get into the show Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I don't know. If you know anything about me, you know me and anime don't really vibe with each other. It's very hard to put into words why I can't get into anime. I'm not gonna try to put it into words because every time I try to, it just doesn't come out right. So I'm just not gonna attempt. All I know is that me and anime have not had very good vibes with one another. Okay, that's all I can really tell you. But yeah, I did watch Neon Genesis Evangelion over the break, and I did watch it in its entirety. I watched all 26 episodes. I watched the end of Evangelion, and I'm gonna watch the Neon Genesis Real Squared, something like that. I'm gonna watch that later on this week. But yeah, it was a very I thoroughly enjoyed it, you guys. I watched the Netflix adaptation. They had some very nice voice talent, despite Netflix's reputation on their adaptations of things. But they had people like Ray Chase and Erica and Lindbeck voicing in it, and I enjoyed it. I really did. It was, and I think that for that anime specifically, that I wouldn't have been able to enjoy it if I watched it as I was a kid, because just being an adult, I feel like it gave me such a fresh perspective on so many things. And that because I've actually lived life, and I've had friends who dealt with depression, and I've had friends who have had not so great relationships with their mother and father, just like Asuka did with her mother, and how Senji with his dad dealing with the death of their mom. It's just a lot of things that hit very close to home, because like I mentioned earlier, that while I haven't dealt with these things personally, I know people that like with Asuka specifically. I think that maybe Asuka and Kaji are my two favorite characters. And I know people just say Asuka's just bossy and mean spirited, but it's really not that simple, you guys. I know that people will say that I like tsunderes, or I like the mean girl, or the bossy type, but honestly, it's all just a facade, because I know people like that genuinely they're nice people. If you just give them the chance, they put on that bossy facade because they don't want to deal with people's crap. They know people put on their own faces, and they're afraid of getting hurt by being vulnerable and being open. That's how Asuka was. That she's been hurt by being dependent. She depended on her mother, and her mother tried to kill her for it. I'm getting the spoilers. Okay, let me not spoil Neon Genesis. All I'm saying is that it was a very good anime, and that actually does bring me up to my first point, that at some point I do want to make a rant video on Neon Genesis Evangelion, because it's like the first anime in history. And I've went through my run of anime. I went through Naruto, I went through Zatch Bell, I went through One Piece, I went through Fairy Tail, I went through what's another one? What's another anime I've tried to give a chance? Let's see. There's Dragon Ball, Zatch Bell, Shaman King, Fairy Tail, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. There's been quite a few animes. Even like I know there's like the mainstream ones, but I even like some more niche ones. Like I think Hachin and Miku or something. Like I've watched some really niche characters. I have really tried to get into anime, you guys. I have really tried. I wanted to get into anime because all my friends were into it. But of all the animes I've went through, this is the first one. I say Naruto is a close second. Rewatching Naruto with my friend, it's come close, but yeah, I don't see myself being a diehard Naruto stan, but I can respect Naruto, I can say that much. But Neon Genesis is probably the first anime that has truly captivated me. So I do want to make a video essay about that, or just not even a video essay because that just sounds so scripted. Just an impromptu, just like this, about my thoughts on Neon Genesis. But that ending is so trippy that I'm probably gonna have to watch it a second time to get my thoughts all wrapped up and just have all my notes and everything. But I do want to do a Neon Genesis video. So that's just me talking about it. I don't know how thought out it is. That's just something I would like to do. But first things first, we're going to talk about everything else. because immediately Pokemon was performing best on the channel right now. I know it sounds kind of messed up, but I kind of do just kind of roll with whatever does the best on the channel. So I know that there's a lot of things that are kind of competing for the slots on the channel, but honestly, yeah, the series that does the best or whatever is doing the thing on the channel, that's what I'm going to pretty much prioritize. And right now, Pokemon is doing the thing, so I'm rocking out with Pokemon. Pretty much with Pokemon, the best thing that I can say is that, like I'm doing like these, how you hear me talking right now, that is kind of what I do on this channel. So Radical Red, like I said, was more of like something that I played at work, but with hardcore mode, it basically is a brand new game. And I do want to play Radical Red on hardcore mode with commentary. So the videos are going to be a little bit longer in nature because of that. I'm going to try to keep them relatively, I don't say short, but I don't want to make them go above 30 minutes. So I'm going to try my best to, I'm not sure how that process is going to work out, but pretty much as soon as we beat Red in the base game, we're going to reset the game and go to hardcore mode. So you can look forward to that. That is definitely coming on sooner rather than later, so look forward to that. As for like my Scarlet and Violet VGC content, I don't want to say it's really taken off, but I have been noticing that there have been some eyes on it ever since I posted that reel. So maybe I will go back and watch my Regulation G videos and do some reel highlights, because while I was at MumbleCon, I did learn that reels and YouTube algorithm are two different algorithms. They don't really interact with one another. So you don't lose anything by posting reels. So I might just be, if you guys see a lot more reels from me, that's all it is. I'm just pretty much just taking advantage of both algorithms and seeing which one pops off first. So yeah, but in terms of actually recording it, I don't see myself, I really wanted to do this, but I don't see how that's going to work out with everything that I have going on personally and with everything I want to do on the channel. I don't see myself doing another series. I really wanted to, because I told my friend this, but Miraidon, I did use Miraidon because he probably is one of my favorite legendaries from a narrative perspective in quite a long time. My top 3 legendaries are probably Mewtwo, Miraidon, and Zekrom. Those are probably my 3 favorite legendaries, because they're all legendaries, and probably somewhere there Lunala and Solgaleo, because they're the first legendaries that are very intertwined with the story. One of my biggest complaints on Pokemon is that we have these literal gods, these literal entities of the world, encapsulated and enslaved, basically, in these tiny little balls. Pause. But yeah, I never understood that. But in these games, in Black and White, you're the literal child of prophecy, destined to be the truth or ideals of the world. In Sun and Moon, you take care of Nebby. You foster it when it's helpless and wimpy and it can't defend for itself. So when it evolves into the legendary, the literal guardian of the islands, it never forgets that time it spent with you. It doesn't forget all the time you looked out for it. So because you looked out for it, it now looks out for you. You earned that legendary. And with Mewtwo, it's Mewtwo. Okay, so does that need an explanation? But he has an entire backstory and everything on it. But honestly, Mewtwo always felt like a reward, because you can't just go out and just catch Mewtwo. You have to do literally everything in the game. And then you have to battle and best Mewtwo in a one-on-one combat. And when you've bested him, he acknowledges you as a superior, and he will lend his power to you. He is your reward for being the best of the best. You have proven yourself that you're the best of the region. You have proven yourself that you're the strongest, that you stand on top, and Mewtwo is your reward for making it to the top. And Miraidon and Koraidon fit all those bills. So that's why I love Koraidon and Miraidon. So I decided to pick Violet because I love the future and robots and technology. So Miraidon just gravitated more towards me aesthetically. But yeah, I love both Koraidon and Miraidon. So I wanted to do another Regulation series with Mewtwo because he is the OG and Mewtwo has kind of fallen off quite a bit. That boy is kind of fallen off a cliff and is still rolling, if you know what I mean. But I really wanted to see if I can make Mewtwo work in Regulation G, but with everything going on, I don't see that really happening, so we'll see. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but if it does happen, know that is something I'm thinking about, and if things shake out or my schedule opens up a little bit more, then we'll make it happen. But right now, all for priority for Pokemon, all hands on deck for Radical Red, and that's pretty much what I'm going to focus on for Pokemon for the time being. So, you guys like the Wi-Fi content, then just let me know in the comments, and we can see if we can, I'll keep that in mind. If there is an audience for it, we can work something out. But yeah, for the time being, I'm focusing most of my attention on Radical Red. Now, the time has come, my fellow Monster Hunter fans. All I can do is say, I'm sorry, you guys. I am really sorry, you guys. You guys are, like I say this in every discussion video, I literally feel like I'm just walking to you guys, my head hung, because I am trying my best, you guys. I really am. But like I said, at this point, I can't even blame my friends at this point. It is just me. I got a lot going on. That's all I can really say. But I haven't forgot about you guys. Because, like I said, you guys, and I feel so bad because you guys are the backbone of this channel. I never want you guys to forget that. Despite what this channel does, despite what the algorithm does, I know where my channel has been. You guys are the backbone. Before Pokemon, when Pokemon wasn't really doing well, there was Monster Hunter. The World Series kind of took off, and it made the channel get the friction that it did. You guys carried this channel from 400 subs to 600. You guys did that, and I don't forget things like that. Like I said, it's like the whole beginning. You guys watched the beginning. I hope you guys did. But if you didn't, that's just the type of person I am. That you guys looked out for me when I was just doing my thing. You guys like me for me and what I do. And I just feel so bad because I really do want to pay it back to you guys. At first, it really was my friends that they just had their own stuff going on, because we're in the part of the game where you could do stuff solo, but we already made a pact we're going to slay Alatreon and Fatalis by ourselves. As a team. So we have taken down Alatreon. If you guys want to check that out, I should link that in the description above. If you guys don't want to wait on my little sorry butt to edit it, my friend Abug has made his video on Alatreon. It's a great watch. I actually do highly recommend it. He put a lot of time and effort into it, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a great video. But that being said, I am going to lay out literally everything Monster Hunter related, and literally everything that I have planned for Monster Hunter, because you guys deserve it. You guys don't deserve to just be just hear like this haphazard response in every update video saying, I'm sorry you guys, I'm still working on stuff, I promise I'm gonna post more videos. No, you guys are getting the full package today, okay? Because you guys deserve it. WoW's on the horizon, things are about to kick off, the Monster Hunter scene's about to get crazy, and I want you guys to know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. So like I said, all cards on the table, everything laid out, we're gonna go starting now. So let's start with Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, that's wild, right? And I'm not gonna lie, maybe because I haven't really seen the trailer. I have seen the trailer, but it kind of hasn't really hit for me just yet. Like, I understand the hype behind it, and I did read. I can't remember your name at the moment, but one of you guys did say that it seems like this could be a time skip version of it's not Moga Village. What's the place in 4 Ultimate? Why's that town escaping me? Why is that town escaping me? I can't think of the name right now. But you guys are basically saying that it could be a time skip version of the 4 Ultimate hub world, and that's because people are saying that the weaponsmithy is a upgraded version of Little Miss Forge. I mean, we said saying about Manale. People are saying Manale was Little Miss Forge, so I don't know how accurate that is. But the reason that I do plan to make a video on that, but the reason I haven't made the video just yet is because I know we're getting more information throughout the week. So I kind of want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's going to be the first trailer video, because a lot of my friend group, they are kind of on the fence about Wilds, because while I fell in love with World, it's been kind of rough for them because, well, for both of them. I want to say it's been rough for them because World is very much it's like that fine balance of both old Monster Hunter and new Monster Hunter, where it still has enough of the old in it, where you can still feel the brutality of the series and how relentless it can be and how challenging it can be and how soul crushing and how demotivating it can be to go on. But it has enough of the new stuff in it where you get instant refills when you go to camp, where you have just all the qualities of life that lay the groundwork for Rise. That when Rise in your first game, you don't have that back experience of the old games. It can be very overwhelming. And yeah, World was a wake-up call for them. Like I said, I'm not super versed in the old games, but I have played 4 Ultimate. So I want to say I've gotten to Master Rank at this point. So I'm not like the most seasoned old head of the series, but I do actually really enjoy challenging video games because I feel like, and I will get into that Alatreon discussion video, but I won't get to Alatreon. But yeah, so I do enjoy challenging battles, so that's why I enjoy the challenge. I love the thrill of finding a boss that I cannot conquer, and I love the feeling of finally being able to conquer it. Because if you guys will see my reaction to when we finally beat Alatreon, that was probably one of the most satisfying feelings ever, because that was just a wall we feel like we couldn't overcome, and actually being able to overcome it was such a treat. So yeah, I feel like this game is going to be the decider for them, but if they save with the series or not. For me, I'm locked in. I'm here to stay, okay? You guys don't gotta worry about me. I'm pretty much hooked on Monster Hunter. It's probably, like I said, like I've been saying this whole series, it's very rapidly becoming my favorite video game of all time. Well, this is my favorite series of all time. So y'all don't gotta worry about me, okay? I'm here to stay. But yeah, for my friends, this is gonna be the decider of whether they stick with the series or not. I think that my friend DP, he's probably more on board with the series at this point. But yeah, we're all gonna give it a shot. We all are excited about this game, and I think at this point we all have agreed we're all gonna get it at some point. So you guys can expect to see all 3 of us come together in Wilds, and I really do hope that it is crossplay, so we can all hunt together and we can finally all be a community, because we don't have to be gated between different things. I'm getting into discussion. I'm talking about Wilds when I said I'm saving for the discussion video, but you guys, like I said, you guys deserve this. If anyone deserves this, you guys deserve it. So you guys are getting a little bit of my thoughts here. You guys are getting another discussion video after we get the new monsters that are going to drop this week. I think they said this week that we're going to get a new monster. But once that second trailer drops, bet on it. I'm going to make a discussion video. I'm going to make a reaction video to it. So look forward to that. Also on this list, I still am going in sequential order. So in the order of sequence, the next video that I need to post is Raging Brachiodeus. And on vacation, while all that was going on in the background while I was on vacation, I was still grinding on YouTube, okay? Despite what I say is going on in my personal life, I am always working on a video, okay? So, yeah. On vacation, it was based on Monster Hunter. So I want to say that my Raging Brachiodeus is probably about 90% done at this point. I just got to put on some little final touches. I need to edit the final showdown between me and DP versus Raging Brachiodeus when he does his final stand. But for all intents and purposes, that video is done. So I don't want to say it's going to come out this week, but definitely by next week it should be coming out. So we're finally getting back on track with the World Series, with the Road to Fatalis. That is finally coming back in full swing. The next video right after that will be the Raging Brachiodeus. Not Raging Brachiodeus. The next video is going to be the Furious Rajang video. And that one should not take nearly as long, because I got stuck on Raging Brachiodeus. Okay? Like, I was so far ahead of my friends, because I think when I was fighting Raging Brachiodeus, they hadn't even beat Shari's Valda yet. So, I got so stuck, I had to wait for them to catch up to me. I literally couldn't play the game because I couldn't beat them on my own. And so, yeah. That's why this one's is a doozy, because it is quite a few videos to put together. So, but I finally powered through it. I'm finally getting to the end. The end is in sight. So you guys should be seeing that video relatively soon. But Furious Rajang, we did just kind of beat him first try. So that one shouldn't take as long. What will take a little bit longer is against Muir #1, because me and my friend DP, we did do the Muir #1 quest, and oh boy, I see what you guys mean. I see what you guys mean about that quest being, yeah. So That's gonna be the next hurdle for me to upload. I'm gonna try to push through it. Like I said, I'm still gonna try to work on that in the background. I don't have a date on when it's gonna be posted, but you guys can at least see, you guys can at bare minimum expect Wilds content between all the Wild stuff going on and Furious Rajang and Raging Brachydias. That's at least 3 videos of coming out of Monster Hunter you guys are gonna get this month. I can only speak for this month, but I am gonna try to get the Muir #1 quest edited so I can get that out to you guys, because like I said, you guys deserve it. Now I don't know. I'm just gonna say, I'll say it. I don't know when that Alatreon video is gonna come out, because I have counted. I have 43 videos to go through. Okay, 43 1-hour videos. That is 43 hours of content that I need to go through and lay out for you guys. The way that I'm going about it is that this is going to be a scripted video. Because if I'm being honest, I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to. I've never edited something, even in my line of works. I do film. I don't want to say professionally, but I have worked on film sets and I have worked on movie sets. But I have never had to work through 43 hours of content before. So this is going to be a stretch. So making it a scripted video is the only way I know how to go about it. So I've already started the script. I've already started the rough draft. I'm about probably 60% done with the script at this point. So at this point, all it comes down to is structuring. I know the clips. I have my shot list. I have the videos that I want to do. I just need to go through all of the 43 hours and find the video clips that I need to make the structure of the video. So this one is just kind of like assembling it like a puzzle. So all I need to do now is I need to find the puzzle pieces to begin with. Then I need to structure them in a way that matches with the script. And I need to just find some good songs, some good audio to match with that's, well, licensed. Well, unlicensed content, because YouTube is being very sensitive about licensed music at the moment. So unlicensed music that's good, that won't get your video flagged, and just assemble it. So there probably are going to be a few more adjustments to the script I need to work on, but the Alatreon video is going to take a while. There's no other way to say it. That's as transparent as I can be with you guys, because I'm still very much trying to figure this out for myself. So just bear with me for the Alatreon. What I can do is, if you guys would prefer me to skip Alatreon for the time being and just focus on Fatalis, we can do that. Because my friends right now, they're pretty much ready to go to Fatalis and do all the other things. Because so if that would be a better option, if you guys would prefer to just do that, then we can skip Alatreon for the time being. We can focus on everything else, and then we will recircle back to Alatreon. At this point, just let me guys know what you guys would prefer. I'm cool with it either way, but I am going to be working on that Alatreon video in the background regardless of what you guys want. So that's all I can really say about the Alatreon video at the moment, but just know it is in the works. Also, I have also done the quest Divine Surge for the Tempora Mantle Plus, and that's not gonna take a huge amount of time, because I think it took me in total about 3 tries to get that quest done. So it's not a huge thing. I could probably knock that video out, but I want to do things in sequential order as well. Mine is probably Alatreon, just depending on what you guys say on that one. But yeah, I've done that. That's gonna be a video as well. Is there anything else on here? Oh, the things with my friends. So I plan to do the Arch-Tempered monsters. I plan to do Arch-Tempered Volcana, and I plan to do Arch-Tempered Namiel. And my friends do kind of sort of want to tag along with me. The way that I was going to do that is because at first, they said HE double hockey stick, no. We're not doing that. Because they saw the memes, they saw the people going with their full Fatalis gear and getting clapped by Arch-Tempered Volcana. And that kind of intimidated them from trying the quest. But I just went in anyway, and by chance, they tagged along with me, and they're like, oh, this is actually pretty doable. All we gotta do is worry about that time limit, because 30 minutes, but this actually seems pretty doable. So now they're curious about doing it with me, but also because of literally everything else, I told them that I'm gonna try to do it on my own first, and I'm gonna see how far I can push it on my own agenda. But we might do that as a group as well. That's still a pending process. I did tell them that I'm pretty much gonna do my own thing, and they are welcome to join if they want to. So if it just happens all of our schedules link up, because it is another thing too. When you're working in a group, you can't really work on your own agenda. You gotta be a little flexible and work around other people's schedules. But I just made it very transparent to them that I'm on a schedule, I'm on a deadline, both personally and on YouTube. So yeah, I'm just saying that this is the agenda I'm going with, and I'm gonna just need you guys to be a little bit flexible. Not that I don't want to work with you guys' schedules, but if I'm gonna get things done, I have to move in a way that makes sense for me. And they respect that, so they're like, you know what? If our schedules line up, then we'll do it. If it won't, that's cool. We're all meeting up for Fatalis anyway. So you can definitely expect all three of us to select Fatalis. That's gonna be done as a group. But for the Arch-Tempered monsters, that's kind of a 50-50 at the moment. But what we are going to do as a group is Ancient Lesson, because you guys have been saying that is a quest worth checking out, even though we are in Master Rank at this point. But so we are going to link up to Ancient Lesson. It's looking like sometime next week at the moment, but that could change depending on people's schedules or if anything changes. But it does look like next week we're going to get started on Ancient Lesson. So hopefully that's going to turn out pretty well. I'm pretty excited about that. But I am excited to say that Monster Hunter is coming back to the channel. I'm very excited on the outlook on everything, and I'm just hopeful that Wilds is going to be a phenomenal game for all of us. Now, here's the tricky part. If you guys remember from the last discussion video, I did say that there was a series I've been thinking about that I've been kind of trying to brew in the dark, because we didn't really know anything about Wilds, but it's looking like Wilds might come out next year. It's why, if I remember correctly, it's coming out next year, right? So I don't know if I'll have time to start a new game, but I'll go ahead and just lay out everything for you guys. The game was Monster Hunter Rise, because I've literally branded this series as Rise Player does this, Rise Player does that, and I just think that enough time has passed that just like the Return to World campaign happened, I want to do a Return to Rise campaign. I want to give Kimura Village a little bit of love. So I did went ahead, I purchased it on the PlayStation, and I was going to do an entire Let's Play on, well, a retrospective, not a fresh Let's Play, but it was going to be like Rise Player's retrospective of Rise. It was just going to be going about me just reflecting on you guys, telling you guys my journey, well, my first real journey with the series, the things that made me fall in love with the game, why I love Rise so much, and just kind of comparing it to a world in a sense. But it was really just supposed to be like an appreciation series on what Rise means to me. We're gonna go through with Longsword as well, because I wanted to go through every game with a new save file, and I feel like the Longsword just embodies Rise so well that I wanted to do it with Longsword. So I don't know if we're gonna have the time to do that now, because Wilds is right there. So that one's gonna be put on pause for a bit. But just know that it is something I'm thinking about in the background, that I'm looking for the best time to do it. The best time to do it would have been when I first said it. It would have been the prime time to do it would have been at the beginning of the year, that all throughout this year we would have done Rise stuff, but I didn't want to have that going alongside with World, and then just like World and Rise are competing for my time for editing. So I wanted to be done with World first. I was hoping we'd be done with World by now, but Alatreon just took way longer than expected. So it kind of threw a monkey wrench in that a little bit. So a little sad about that. I still am going to push for that series. I still do want that series to happen. I just need to find out the perfect timing for when I want to drop it. So, don't say anything to the other people. I want to say, if you made it almost an hour into the video, I think you deserve to know that much, right? I think if you've listened to me to ramble for an hour, you deserve to know a little bit of sauce. So yeah, that is what I'm planning on that front, and we're just gonna have to play it by ear, because once Wilds drops, I think it's safe to say any other game is gonna become irrelevant. All people are gonna want to watch our Wilds videos, so I'm gonna hop on that Wilds train, and I'm just gonna go wild with it, no pun intended. And all that's left are really like our two anomaly series on the channel, both being Life is Strange and Fire Emblem Engage. I really wanted to start up Engage again, I really did, but for one, even in Engage's hype cycle, it wasn't the most well received Fire Emblem game. Like, engagement on Engage was good for us, but in the grand scheme of things, it just didn't do well. And even now, it's been pulled off the shelves. Engage was a financial failure. It did not do well at all financially. It's been pulled off shelves. It's no longer being shipped. You can only buy it these days if you find a stray Engage copy in the wild, but they're not manufacturing it anymore. It can only be bought online. It's a very sad story, honestly. But with all that being said, I still do want to finish Engage. So, again, that's going to be something that's more on the Twitch side. It's not really going to affect YouTube. It's just, again, when my schedule frees up a little bit more, then I'm going to come back to Engage. But I'm going to, at least when I have more time, more freedom in my editing schedule, I am going to pump out the few Engage videos that I have left on those stored VODs that I have. And after those run out, I don't know when Engage is going to come back. I was being honest with you guys. Engage is not my top priority. And Life is Strange, that's just something I'm playing on the side. That's just a game for me to just kind of come back home from work and just... It's pretty much a game that I can just go and not worry about editing, and just kind of what World used to be for me. That I just get off work and just play games, upload, and then that's just it. I don't really think about it. So that's all those two games are for. It's not too much to really talk about. They're just games purely for me at this point. But they're not really going to impact too much on the channel. They're pretty much like the bottom of the barrel in terms of priority. So if those are your favorite series, I don't think that I have too many people that care about those series too much. I mean, we did gain a couple of subscribers off of the Life is Strange stuff. So if you're here for Life is Strange, then welcome. But yeah, this probably isn't the best place for you, because this is like a one-off thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all Life is Strange series, because this is literally the only Life is Strange game I haven't played. So I don't know if I'm gonna go back and play all of them just for the sake of having them on the channel. I just don't know. If there's enough interest for it, I say sure, let's rock out with it, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. But who knows? You guys might surprise me, right? But I'm just checking through my list right here to make sure I touched on all the major points, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, just putting everything on the table. I know I got a little bit personal in the beginning, but honestly, that's just where my priorities are. That I'm trying to further my career. That I know I need to step up, because I just need to take on more responsibilities, both as a family member and financially. And I just need to do better. And I just need to keep growing, because you can't be complacent in life. That's pretty much the biggest thing I can say. Is that I just don't want to become complacent of where I am, because when you become complacent, then you just kind of go through the motions, in a sense that you're not striving for anything better, because you're like, it's okay, life is okay, I'm fine where I'm at, and I just want to ride it out. And people who just kind of live life just going through the motions, that's just not a way I want to live. I want to always be improving myself. I want to always be wanting to do more, doing better, so I can just be more productive and just learn as much as I can. Because at the end of the day, pushing yourself and getting out of your comfort zone is only going to make you a better person. And I always want to improve myself in every way that I can. So that's just how I operate. And right now, YouTube, I don't want to say YouTube isn't making me a better person. It definitely is. And I fought for that with my parents. And I told them that YouTube has made me a better person. And that is that you guys made me a better person. So it's not a waste of time. I don't view it as a waste of time. If I did, I would literally kill the channel right now. But that's not the case. I view YouTube as a very healthy outlook for me to manage everything I have going on in my personal life, and just to have hobbies and have enjoyment, and that is important in your life. You need to do something that's not just work and family, and you need to have something that fuels you, something you're genuinely passionate about. And my passion is video games. My passion is making videos. And my passion is writing. So script writing, editing, playing video games. YouTube is perfect for me. I love it. It's all my passions melded into one. So that's what's going on with that. But that's where the channel is going right now, and I hope you guys can understand where we're going. But I'm trying my best to balance everything that I have on this channel and all the people I've met along the way, all of you guys have been great. All of you guys have been kind to me. I know the YouTube comment sections have been known for being nasty and rude and just downright horrible human beings, but you guys have genuinely been some of the nicest people I've had the pleasure of interacting with. So I want to thank you guys for being you. Thank you for allowing me to be me, and we're gonna keep growing together. All right. With all that being said, I'm about to get up out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, deuces. Shine blazingly bright, my greatest treasures. Bye.